Australia's 2025 top 10 wealthiest founders and business leaders have been named by The Australian. Gina Rinehart has taken up the top spot, holding an estimated $46.34 billion. Joining the list this year is billionaire Nicola Forrest and technology boss Richard White. Joining us now is the Richest 250 editor at The Australian, John Stensholt. John, really appreciate you making the time for us. Thank you. As we all know, it hasn't been the best year for Mr White. He's had his fair share of bad headlines about his conduct, but with nearly $15 billion of wealth, he's unlikely to get too much sympathy from our viewers.
Look, I think it's been Richard's White year, no matter what, sort of on and off the field, so to speak. Look, yeah, you're right. I mean, there's been a slew of controversial headlines about him, all sorts of conduct, that has happened. WiseTech, he's back in charge. He was off WiseTech's board, now he's back on it. There's been all sorts of things going on. And meanwhile, the WiseTech share price has kept going up. So he's made about $5 billion in the last year, according to our calculations. It would have been even more if the share price hadn't gone down a little bit a few weeks ago. So, yes, I think in those terms, you could probably say that Mr White has had a good year.
Yeah, you'd say so. Who else rounds out the top 10 then, John?
Well, yeah, we've got Gina Rinehart there at number one, 46 billion. We've got Harry Triguboff, 93-year-old Meriton Apartments superstar, real estate man, still going strong. 31 billion. The Atlassian co-founders, Mike Cannon-Brookes, Scott Farquhar, 29 billion each. Then you get down to people like Clive Palmer, 26 billion. Anthony Pratt, 28 billion. I think there's a couple of really interesting names after that. It comes with Andrew Forrest and Nicola Forrest. Now, Nicola Forrest is actually above Andrew Forrest this year. She's worth about 16 billion and he's worth 15 billion. So, give or take about $1 billion between them. It all comes down to some Fortescue shares that she owns that he doesn't.
And I understand Australia's Richest 250 is going to be published in The Australian tomorrow. Correct me if I'm wrong, but have any trends emerged through that? Can you give us any hints about how that's shaped up this year?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we've got the full publication in The Australian tomorrow. It'll be online, late tonight as well. I think the really interesting thing that's starting to happen is, look, we've still got a lot of people making money in property and manufacturing, but obviously technology, coming through. So we've got, someone like a 29-year-old Ed Craven who's worth, $4 billion. A couple of others as well that are going really, really well. You can build your business from home here in Australia, but your market is global these days, all thanks to the internet. So there's a lot of money being made in cryptocurrency, software, and all sorts of things like that, technology-based. I think that's the really big trend that's emerged, and I think it's going to keep going and going as time goes on.
So, John, how rich do you actually have to be to make it onto that list, to make it in the top 250 wealthiest Australians? How many millions do you need?
Just a mere 635 million, would you believe? So Bruce Buchanan, who used to be the Jetstar boss, would you believe? And now he's over in New York these days with a software company called Rocket. He's number 250. So he scrapes on the list with $635 million. So, yes, it's a lot of money when you think about it, but it's not much when you compare him to maybe Gina Rinehart.